RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great entertainment video blogs, and a whole lot more. Collection of my work going back to June of 2014 is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google Plus, and other social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 8:24 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts, February 15th, 2017, Wednesday night. I'm back. This is the third and final video blog of the night, and it's starting to rain in Billerica, Massachusetts. Going to change over to snow, but according to an inch in Billerica, Bedford, Burlington area. The North Shore of Massachusetts is under winter weather advisory. They could get a couple of inches, but Maine's going to be rocked with this snowstorm again. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. Montreal Canadiens head coach Claude Julien is given a 5-year contract worth $25 million. He's going to be one of the highest paid coaches in the league. And the owner of WHDH Channel 7 in Boston, Ed Aston, sold WLVI TV 56 air rights to the FCC in the Spectrum auction for an undisclosed amount of money, which is rumored to be well over $100 million. But WLVI programming is slated to be on a substation for WHDH that will include Buzzer, which is, good. But I might have to do a video blog probably on Friday about how this might play out, especially with CW programming in Boston. That's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my third and final video blog subject of the night. Tomorrow on RVBN. Video blogs will include the late great Pro Football Hall of Famer, Coach Bill Walsh. Second video blog of the day will be about the Maine Red Claws. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the MSG Health Show card from 8/10/1985, August 10th, 1985. And coming in March to these video blogs, lots of great ones, including video blogs about Laughing, Hooters Restaurant, some great personality profiles, including Delia, the radio host, Buddy Upson, and lots others. I'm going to be starting to work on them pretty soon. Stu, the guest I want somewhere in 2017. You know who it's going to be. I hope I could get that person. I'm back. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about the WWE Madison Square Garden House Show card review from July 13th, 1985 at the world's most famous arena. The main event was the British Bulldogs facing off against the Heart Foundation. That's the main event. Plus there was other matches on this card. It was on the MSG network, called by the Royal Monsoon and His Lordship, Lord Alfred Hayes. And here are the matches that happened at the Garden. The first match was Moondog Spot against Ivan Polish Power Putski. Both men were basically past their prime, especially Putski. He probably was in the WWE too long. Probably his kind of expiration date was 1984, but he's still kicking around. And this was a 12-minute match to open this up, which is pretty long, especially for these two veterans. But Polish Power wins with the Polish Hammer, and then he's saying Polish on. The next match was The Missing Link with Bobby the Brain Heenan facing off against Quick Draw Rick McGraw. This was a total squash match, about 2.5 minutes. the Machine Lynx wins by giving a headbutt off the top rope to Rick McGraw and pinning him 1, 2, 3. Quick draw was basically a job at this point. The next match was Pedro Morales, former WWE Intercontinental Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion, and WWE World Champion, facing off against Rene Goulet. This was a 12-minute match. It was a back and forth match. Pedro won with a small package, but Rene Goulet made Pedro Morales look good in this match. The next match was Jose Luis Rivera facing off against Adrian Adonis. He wasn't adorable back then. He was managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan. Another one of these total squash matches. Adonis wins with the Japanese sleeper hold. The next match was the Junkyard Dog facing off against Cowboy Bob Orton, also known as the Ace. This was a very long match for both wrestlers who were not really good workers at this point. Basically, JYD was wrestling with name reputation, and Orton was basically a stooge for Piper. And this match lasted 15 minutes. Cowboy Bob Orton was disqualified for using his broken arm. It's like the cast, because he put a foreign object in there, and that disqualified him. Bob Orton wore that cast for a very long time. The arm didn't heal properly, but that's the storyline. The next match was Leapin' Lanny Powerful facing off against Terry Funk. And Terry Funk, before the match, got into an altercation with ring attendant Mel Phillips when Terry Funk made his WWE TV debut on Championship Wrestling. He attacked Mel Phillips after, Mel Phillips wore his hat. This was Terry Funk's first match at the Garden since 1973. And this was basically a back and forth match. Powerful actually looked good in this match. He almost got some near falls on Terry Funk, but Terry Funk won with the sleeper hold, which was unusual for him because his favorite move was the spinning toe hold. Afterwards, Terry Funk gave the branding iron to Leapin' Lanny Powerful. Leapin' Lanny Powerful was basically a jobber. And Terry Funk did not say, "You egg-sucking dog, you Dusty Rhodes," because Dusty Rhodes was in another promotion at this time. The next match was Rowdy Piper facing off against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. This was kind of the de facto main event for this card. It was in the middle of the card. Usually the WWE Championships are in the middle of Madison Square Garden cards. And this was an 8-minute match. Orndorff was hot at Piper, back and forth, just as Orndorff was going to win the match. Cowboy Bob Orton came in and he attacked Orndorff with his cast. Referee sees that, automatic disqualification on Piper. Piper and Orton double team on Orndorff, and the referees are trying to break it up, but Piper and Orton attack them, and then they have the British Bulldogs come in and save the day. The next match was Swede Hansen facing off against the Iron Sheik with Classy Freddie Blassie in his corner. This was a total squash match. About 2.5 minutes. The Iron Sheik wins by giving the side suplex to Swede Hansen, who was basically over the hill at this point. And the Iron Sheik beat a jabroni. The next match was Nikolai Volkov with Classy Freddie Blassie facing off against George the Animal Steel with Captain Lou Albano in his corner. And this was only a 4-minute match. It was, basically a George Steel match when he was, doing the turnbuckles, and the ending of the match had Classy Freddie Blassie attack Captain Lou Albano. George Steele gets mad and he tries to go after Blassie, but Volkov attacks George the Animal Steele. Referee counts 10, counts both wrestlers out of the ring. The next match was Brutus the Barber Beefcake. He wasn't a barber back then, with Lester's Johnny Valiant facing off against George Wells. This was a semi-final main event, and this wasn't too good of a match. Beefcake wins by attacking George Wells when he was distracted by Lester's Johnny Valiant, and Brutus Beefcake gives him a knee drop for the 1, 2, 3. And then the main event was the British Bulldogs, the Dynamite Kid, and Davey Boy Smith facing off against the Hart Foundation. But the Hitman Hart and Jim the Allenville Neidhart. Jimmy Hart was not here. He was actually in another house show managing Greg the Ham Valentine at this point. And it only went 13 minutes, and both teams were back and forth, but the bell rang. The curfew of Madison Square Garden expired at 11 p.m., so this was declared a draw. And this WWE house show card this month, in 1985, in July, was poor because they didn't have any big names on. Hogan wasn't on it, or Andre the Giant, or Big John Studd. Basically, it was a one-match card with Piper facing off against Orndorff, and the rest were like kind of fellas, especially some of the kind of the jobber matches lasted a little too long. And that's about it on that. I'll be back tomorrow, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 3 more video blogs, but you know what they are. I don't have to repeat them again. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Rose Blood, WCCOX and its nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York, such a rocking cougar's got the best legs in New York City, bar none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent, best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Melissa of the Tilt to Kilt is awesome, and she's got the best legs at the Tilt to Kilt. And in the words of Dickie Ackroyd, unit director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Belleville, the more the merrier, and Angelo going to go to Market Basket today to scratch $1 million scratch tickets. You won nothing by now. See you tomorrow.